stopped at the electrical devices. I will open for you the PowerPoint presentation, share it with you. Here is it. Did you saw yourselves on your period on what I want to say, on the Facebook or not?
Yes.
You saw the video?
يمس انت نزلت المقطع اللي كنت لساتني صاحية فيه من النوم وقرأتي يعني ما كنت شايفة الكلمات.
She said to me, Nada, you have to wake up Linda up from her bed first before you record. Linda.
يمس طيب احكي لنا قبل عشان أكون مجهزة حالي.
I didn't plan to choose to download this, but they asked me to cut any part and my face shouldn't be shown. So this was the only presentation
Teacher, I'll never speak in your periods again.
Yes, you do what?
I said I'll never speak in your periods again.
Why? No. Don't be afraid. Your voice.
أنا حسيت تعرفي ليه؟ لأنه you always open your camera but you turned off your camera. That's why.
Yes, but I watched the whole class and then I decided to cut a part of it. So after I downloaded and then I heard Linda and you are excellent in reading, Linda. What happened to you?
يا ما مش عارفة انت اخترت المقطع الوحيد اللي جد كنت متوهقة فيه كنت لسه صاحي من النوم.
That's why you have to always be aware. Awake and aware. The two. Who else read in the video?
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Who said I will never talk again?
Nirvana was.
But it's not recorded. No, don't worry. Okay, but I will tell you what. If I told you I will record, you would have also been so hesitant in this. Which is better, to tell you or not to tell you?
To tell us.
Really?
Tell us, عشان we be
Not
prepared.
participate at all.
No, we would, I think.
Yeah, we
You
were.
will? Okay.
No, it makes it more fun, I think. We'll make it more fun.
Yes, it was dull, right? You were not participating.
I will participate. How much I participate in English class.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
بس علق معي فهلأ فتت.
Good, great, yeah. So it is better to tell you, huh? Well, I didn't plan, but it is good.
But about what are you talking?
About the video on Facebook.
شو بقى؟
And Linda reading when she was asleep. Extreme reading. No, Linda, والله.
يا بس tell me next time.
Okay, حبيبتي. Okay. So let's go to our PowerPoint. Yes.
Miss, we can't see it.
Oh, I'm sharing it now. You know what else, girls? I hated when I gave you the first period. First period, I hated it, and the previous weekly, previous schedule, I had you every day the first period. First period, you were always asleep.
Yes.
So I prefer now. Yes, the new one, I have you only one day the first period. Then I have you second and third. Do you see my PowerPoint now, girls?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
I want to go to the
what?
bathroom.
When is the deadline for the presentation?
I give you 2 weeks, girls.
Miss, I want to go to the bathroom.
Yes, go quickly, Celine. There is you can make a presentation. You'll take 2 marks. You raise your mark with 2 marks, and this is because I know you want the GPA and those who will take their marks and join college in Syria, they want the marks and everything. Okay, so girls.
Miss,
can you?
Miss, how many slides should it be?
I want it well covered and well prepared. So it's up to you.
Minimum how many?
I don't want to say to you minimum and maximum. You as long as you feel that you are satisfied, it's okay.
Miss,
can we submit it Thursday?
Yes, you have 2 weeks.
You have 2 weeks? Oh, good, yalla. Yeah.
Miss,
Yes.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
In last year, in grade 11 and 12, the teachers were taking the highest mark in the quizzes and put them in the اللي هي الشهادة.
Yes.
Yeah.
That will
Is
happen
this
with you too.
online?
Yes. With 11 and 12, we take the highest, not the average.
So on online, you will make it the same, right?
Yes. So it means you have to study well for next week's quiz, because next week you have a quiz.
Okay.
Miss, the presentation for all subjects or English?
What a quiz.
We will take grammar and vocabulary, and we will take literature and comprehension.
And you will only take 1 mark of each?
One of this quiz or previous quiz. But the 4 of them together, يعني grammar, vocabulary, literature and comprehension together, and the previous quizzes mark. And which one is better, I will take the best.
Miss Nada?
Yes.
Good, yeah, Miss Heke.
Yes, yes, dear, please talk.
Miss, what's the presentation about? Should be about.
I wrote to you in the email. Remind me, girls.
I didn't receive any.
Really?
Anti-slavery and the prospectus of the liberator.
Yes, Prospectus of the Liberator and a speech to the anti-slavery. But there was a specific question about the rule, or no, Judy, are you sure I didn't? Judy, are you sure I didn't send you the email? I sent the email to all grade 11.
Miss, do you want me to read the email?
I will send it to Judy. Can you send each other's emails?
Yes, I think we can.
Can you please forward the email to her in case something with me? I will forward the email again to her, or I'll rewrite it again, but in case.
Teacher, I can send it in the English group.
Okay, send it please. That's better. Yes, easy.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome, girls. Any other questions? Next week, you will have a quiz on grammar unit. Of course, it's written in your weekly plan, but I'm just preparing you. Literature, chapter 3, okay, which is about the a woman's wartime journal and Cold Mountain. A Cold Mountain and a woman wartime journal. This is literature and unseen passage. Girls, literature, we don't study only from the book. We study from the 3 PowerPoints I upload for you. First read, second read, and third read. And the...
Okay.
Linda, you had a question?
Miss, please, without the unseen passage, please. We don't want
I have to, dear. It's not my decision. والله, it's the administration's.
يعني Miss, it's يعني إنه عليه marks يعني can we just make another one يعني إنه مثل like a pop quiz and the one
I wrote for you a very easy one والله.
Okay, come on.
I made, or I've already made your quiz, and the test, the vocab, the unseen passage is easy. Trust me.
Okay.
Okay. Who else wanted to ask a question?
Yes, Miss. أنا should the presentation هو PowerPoint, the one that you want, should we read the text in the book and write?
Yes,
you read it. Or should we bring?
Yes, you read it, you understand it, and then you study the analysis and the PowerPoints.
Okay. So are we gonna have to explain it in class?
What you talk about the quiz or the PowerPoint?
The presentation. Are we gonna have to explain it?
Yes. I will pick. Of course, not all of those who want to increase their marks, but I will pick.
Okay.
Girls, I think we have a parents meeting next Saturday. Will you come?
I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know about it.
So
try, please. Try, because I want to see you.
Okay.
Oh, us?
Okay. Yes.
Us with our parents, Yani?
Yes, you can come with parents, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, and especially those whom I didn't teach previous year, I really want to see your faces and have like interaction. Okay?
Okay.
So, girls, let's, you see my PowerPoint or not? Yes. Okay, so previous time we took it was the second read. What happened in the second read? Prospectus of a Liberator and Anti-Slavery Speech. And we were introduced to Frederick Douglass and William Lloyd Garrison and 13th Amendment. And we discussed those questions and where is gradual and moderation mean to Garrison. And we discussed how do Garrison and Douglass uses beautiful language to persuade people. Why persuasion? Because we talked about how to persuade a person by using rhetoric devices, and we discussed it. Yes, dear.
بس ما عم the presentation is not showing for me. Why?
You cannot see it on the.
No, I can't see it.
Other girls, can you see it?
Yes, I can see it, miss.
How?
Can you sign out and sign in again?
يلا, okay.
Then Serena, are you back?
Yeah.
Then we explored the rhetorical devices, and we said the rhetorical devices, the rhetoric word was invented by Aristotle. He invented it, and he said that in order to convince or influence others, we should use ethos, pathos, and logos. Ethos, pathos, and logos. And we discussed them that ethos is referred to credibility, pathos for emotion, logos for logic. We discussed the ethos previous time. We said when I trust a person by his personality, for his credibility, I believe him, I trust he has studied a lot to give me this medicine prescription. This when I trust Julia Roberts, when I trust Jennifer Aniston, when I start to trust Steve Jobs. So I go and buy an iPhone with blind eyes because I trust him. And then the pathos, when they play on my emotions. They play on my emotions. Here, when a woman who I don't know carries an animal that I don't know, and she says to us, here is the rest of your fur coat, she wants us to stop wearing fur. Then the logos, when he gives me numbers, when he gives me statistics, when he convinces me with facts. Then, okay, when he says to me, this don't power fats in your body, and he tells me that Coca-Cola or Pepsi or these soda drinks means that you are drinking fats. Okay, we discussed that in movies, and then we stopped here, girls, right? We answered the ethos.
Yes, I guess. Yes.
So now you see the PowerPoint, Yehuda, right?
Yes, I saw
Okay,
it.
so we said in the ethos for perspectives of the liberator, and how was this an example of ethos? We said when he said, I see the opportunity to make full and unequivalent recantation, this was an example of ethos because here he wanted to show the audience how he has changed his mind. And he calls upon God and calls the country and slaves as witness for his change. But what happened for ethos in the speech for anti-slavery when he said, I do not wish to appear here in any fault-finding spirit or as an impugner of the motives of those who believe that the times has come for the society to disband. And why is this an example of ethos? How does the speaker want the audience to view him? We said that this statement is an example of ethos because Douglass is concerned about how others might see him, how he is perceived by his audience. He doesn't want to be taught he is a judgmental person, okay, or he is judging the motives of the other people, of William Lloyd or those who support to disband the community. Then we move to pathos, girls. Pathos is figurative language. We took this also, but we stopped here, right?
Yeah. Yes.
An appeal to emotion. Speakers and writers always play on this part of emotion, girls. When a great speaker is the one who can influence you. How would they influence us? by talking to them. Okay, his personality is ethos. When I trust this person, I I listen to his words, I listen to his speech. This is ethos because I trust him. Pathos, he plays on my emotions. Like Martin Luther King, when he gave the presentation, I have a dream. I have a dream was a very strong speech, was given 100 years after the proclamation, anticipation, the Emancipation Proclamation, after the end of slavery, after they made the 13th Amendment, people still suffered from discrimination. Till Martin Luther King, he is a black man, he stood up and he gave this speech in Lincoln's Memorial. He stood there at Lincoln's Memorial and there were thousands of people and he gave this speech. So number one, ethos was achieved because I trust Martin Luther King and I know his history of fighting against racism. And then the pathos, he took to my emotions. He took to my emotions. He said, I don't want my kids to be judged by the color of their skin. I want them to be judged by their personality. Okay? So a good influencer is the one who can talk to the heart. Okay? But he says do not overuse that, because if you overuse the heart, the feelings, you are manipulating the reading. So pathos is an appeal to emotions. Speakers and writers often rely on words to evoke strong emotions in their audience. How he uses the pathos? Look at this. Metaphor. When I compare. Metaphor is when I compare. A comparison that points out how two very different things are similar. One thing is said to be another. The word is a stage and we are only actors playing our parts. This was said by Shakespeare. Okay, in 7 Ages of a Man. It's a great poem written by Shakespeare, the 7 Ages of a Man, when he says that word is just a stage and we are actors. Who compared the word to a stage and he compared the human to actors. Simile, when I compare two things using like or as. Turning your back on the needy is like refusing to save a drowning man. Turning your back on the needy, like refusing to save a drowning man. So you have to help drowning people and those who are in need. Personification is when I give a human qualities or abilities to an animal or an object. The angry swarm of bees defended their hive against the bear. Can bees be angry? No. When I give human traits to a thing, it's personification. The angry
بس they can be angry.
clouds.
Like
So,
not angry
okay,
angry بس يعني they can.
The angry clouds. Okay, or the angry wind.
لا, like that, yeah.
Yes, the angry wind damage all. What does she say? What she sees in her way. Metaphor, simile, personification. Done?
Yes.
Because here in the figure in pathos we use figurative language. We use, like similes and metaphors. We use sensory language and detailed description. So metaphor, simile, and personification is what figures of speech. Then we take the sensory language and this hyperbole, as we said, it's exaggeration. Hyperbole is exaggeration. I have told you a million times. Has my mother told me a million times? No, but she is exaggerating it. It's called hyperbole. Hyperbole. Then the sensory language is when I use or I describe using my 5 senses, from the sandy shores at California to this is said by Martin Luther King's in I Have a Dream. From the sandy shores of California to the shimmering lights of New York City, Americans must come together to support the cause. By the way, this speech was so powerful. Grade 9 previous year, they took it.
No, we took it grade maybe
9,
7 or something. Yeah, we took it من زمان. Yes.
Maybe
we took it again in grade 9.
Great that you took it in grade 9, because grade 9, this is the original text, the original speech.
Yeah.
Yes. And this speech is is taught everywhere, girls, because this is a great example for a rhetorical speech. How to influence others, how to ignite people. Then we have the anaphora. Anaphora is repeating a sequence. Like in Martin Luther King, he said, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up. I have a dream that one day the Red Hills of Georgia will do this and that and that. I have a dream that one day the state of Mississippi will be created and this. I have a dream. He kept repeating, I have a dream, I have a dream, to emphasize and focus. What does the author, what does he want? What does the author want to tell me? What does the author want the reader to hear? Okay. Metaphor, simile, personification, hyperbole, sensory language, and anaphora. These are ways to achieve the paths in literature. Okay, here in page 73, girls, he wrote one for you. He wrote one for you. I will be harsh as truth and as uncompromising as justice. Who said this? William Lloyd Garrison or Frederick Douglass?
Garrison.
Garrison.
Yes, and Garrison said I will be harsh as truth and uncompromising as justice. This is what? I will be as and as.
Simile.
Simile. Simile that compares his speech to truth and justice. So what emotion is used to motivate the audience? Garrison wants to persuade his audience that compare his speech, his harshness is because he is right. Likewise, his lack of compromise is because he is correct. So he wants to show he is right and he cannot accept compromising. You know what is compromising? Is to reach a middle solution. No, I don't want compromising because this is what I believe is correct. We have to stop now. He is attempting to manage his audience emotional reaction to his delivery by appealing to their sense of right and wrong. He played on the senses of right and wrong. This is wrong. When I say to you, this is wrong, this is injustice, you will wake up. The reader or the one who listens, the listener will wake up and focus. Okay? The second example is also written for you. When William Lloyd Garrison said, tell a man whose house is to give a moderate alarm, whose house is on fire. Tell him to moderately rescue his wife from the hands, okay, pattern tell of the ravisher, of the hands of the ravisher, okay. Tell the mother to gradually extricate her baby from the fire into which it has fallen. When he said that, here, tell a man whose house is on fire to be moderate. Tell him to moderately rescue his wife from the ravisher. Wait, girls, wait. Tell the mother to gradually extricate her baby from the fire. So this is tell the man, tell the woman, this is what? Doing what? Is it simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole? It's
Anaphora.
what, girls?
Anaphora.
Excellent, it's anaphora. Anaphora is repeating the man, tell the woman, tell the mother, okay? What emotion is used to motivate the audience? He wants to tell them what? Through using these, he wants to tell them what?
To speak up.
To speak up, excellent. And what else? Wa'ad, are you here, ya Wa'ad? Wa'ad, Ghala, Lujain.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, he wants them to speak up. And what else? What does he want them to do? Where are you, Wa'ad? Write to me or WhatsApp me.
I feel like he's urging them maybe in some way because these situations are just as extreme as slavery.
Excellent. He urges them because this situation is extreme. Haggers, what else?
He wants them to take action.
Yes, he wants them to take action. So Garrison wants to persuade his audience that slavery is an urgent issue, as urgent as the other situations that he mentioned now. A house burning and a wife and baby are endangered. You agree or you do not?
Yes.
So you understand, and this is what we move to third one, because here he doesn't write for you. Oh no, he wrote for you also the example. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. 1 minute, girls. 1 minute. I stop sharing for 1 minute only. Okay, and now I will share it again. So we finished this. I'll be harsh as truth and tell a man whose house on fire. We finish, and then we go to the third one, the apathy of the people. Yes, number 3, the apathy of. Do you see my PowerPoint or not, girls?
But can you go back?
Why?
Just 1 minute. Okay, خلاص.
Okay. So Ghala, are you here, ya Ghala? So Ghala. Ghala is not here. Okay. Sham Aqil. Sham, are you here, ya Sham? Tia, are you here, Tia?
Yes, Miss, I'm here.
Yes, Tia, read it, Tia. Read the apathy.
The apathy of the people is enough to make every statue leap from its pedestal and to hasten to resurrection of the dead. They are loyal when...
Yes, no, here, this is it. The apathy of the people is enough to make, this apathy of people will make every status like this leap from its pedestal, from its position from here, and to hasten the resurrection of the dead, and the dead will come out from their graves. Again, apathy of people will make the stages leap from its pedestal, from their place. Leap is to jump, and to hasten the resurrection of the dead. It is what, Yataya? It's which kind of metaphor or simile or hyperbole or...
Yes, teacher. Sorry, I was in the toilet.
Okay, ya Ghala.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah, it's a metaphor, yes. Metaphor. He compared what to what?
It's like when he's making an image of the statue leaping and dead rising.
So when a statue leaps, this is a statue. Here is it. When it leaps from its place, it is what? Can it leap?
No.
So it cannot leap. So I give a statue a what?
Human
Excellent. So when I give something or an object a human traits is what?
Metaphor.
Personification.
Personification, Yatia.
Yes.
Yes? Yes.
Why isn't it hyperbole since he's exaggerating everything?
Yes, it's exaggerating, but here, what is the main thing he did?
Miss, when he says the resurrection of the dead, that's not personification.
But when he says that a statue leap from his pedestal is personification.
Miss Jenny,
So,
it can be both.
yes, this can be personification, and the other one can be a hyperbole, the resurrection of the dead. Hasten the resurrection of the dead. When I say to my son, "You will kill me," this is hyperbole. Why, mom, all of this drama, right? Doesn't happen with you?
Yes.
Always.
Stop the drama.
موتوني الناس عمر. ما حد يموت ناس عمر.
So stop exaggerating. This is hyperbole. Okay. So apathy of the people is enough to make every state a leap is personification. Well, see, it's there is something wrong when. Wait a minute. Yeah. When I wrote it, personification. How? By a statue leaping, the dead rising. Okay. Then Garrison here, why he used this? He wants people to feel shocked at these images to make them overcome their apathy and take action. He encourages them to wake up, start. Okay? Leah, are you here, Leah? 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 Okay. What?
So we can put personification وش اسمه hyperbole.
Yes. So Sham. Okay. So Leah, Wad, and Sham are not here. Mariam. We have Mariam.
Yes, miss.
Yes, Mariam. Read, they are loyal.
They are loyal while they see 200,000 stable soldiers.
With glistening bayonets. Bayonets, the swords. I saw you its picture.
With glistening bayonets walking in their midst.
Here he uses which figurative language? He used what we have. Personification, we have metaphor, we have simile, we have sensory language is when I see, when I hear. We have hyperbole when I exaggerate. We have anaphora when I repeat. While they see, it's what?
Sensory language.
Yes, it's sensory language. Sensory language, and he used what?
Sight?
Yes, Malak, he used sight, yes. Mariam, I'm sorry, he's used the sight when he sees 200,000. How this will affect the reader or the listener? How would it affect?
Teacher, I'll go to the bathroom.
Go ahead.
Are you asking me?
Yes, dear, I'm asking how it will affect.
Yes, it will give us an idea about the setting and the characters.
Okay.
Help the reader visualize.
Yes, Douglas wants the audience to feel admiration at this image of black soldiers. He wants them to see 200,000 black soldiers. He wants this image to make the audience realize the soldiers fought for their freedom, which should be given to them without reservation or exceptions. Without exceptions, because other who claim that the black people didn't participate in the war, they didn't fight for their freedom, they will just want to take it easily, and this, no. He used this sensory language to show and prove and create the image in the minds of the reader or minds of the speaker that there were black soldiers there in the war.
Miss, it's a trend as metaphor.
Metaphor?
Above. Yeah, it wasn't
again
personification. Yeah, it
okay, because yeah, I'll tell you what, because the same one I take here, personification. Okay, girls?
Okay.
Okay, agree. And
Yes.
okay.
Miss?
Yes.
The period finished. We should go to the next session.
Okay, go. Till I fix this. Go and then come after it.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, girls. Bye, sweetie.